So the team at House of the Dragon are trying to convert me to Team Green, are they? Okay. How can they give us a scene like the one that they gave us with King Aegon Targaryen, with Aegon Targaryen and Sunfyre? How can they give us a scene like that and expect me not to question my allegiance? How? Welcome back, guys. It's me, Nye, and welcome to Nye's World 2.0. We're going straight into it, no introduction. We're discussing all things House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 7. So if you have not watched it, this is spoilers. Save this video, go watch it, come back and get involved because we got a lot to unpack. And click that subscribe button. House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 7 is one of the best episodes I have seen in this whole franchise, in this whole season, okay? First off, okay, we're starting off with Rhaenyra doing what big sisters do. And if you're a little sister like me, you know that this is the type of stuff that big sisters do, just in your face, like just hovering over you whilst you're trying to sleep. But one thing I loved about it is that we don't really get to see much Rhaenyra and Helaena together, and we definitely don't get to see them talk much, and it's easy to forget that they're actually sisters because of obviously all this conflict. So when Rhaenyra grabbed her arm, she's talking to Helaena, she's being really sweet, talking about how Helena's a dreamer and how she's got all these dreams and, you know, sister and all that touchy-feeliness, and that was lovely to see. But Helaena just wasn't having it. She just looks so fed up and so over this whole situation. I really do feel for Helaena. But I found she didn't pull away from Rhaenyra. And I find whenever somebody grabs her, even her own mother, she pulls away from them. So there is a level of her feeling comfortable with Rhaenyra. And why wouldn't they? I mean, they're sisters. Now, we get to see Helaena dream. And Helena's dream, I mean, there's so much I could say about it. This is why I had to come to YouTube, because there's so much to unpack in this episode. 3 minutes is not enough. Helena's dream was, first of all, definitely foreshadowing in a lot of things. The Pale Mare, the changing of seasons. I think the team did absolutely brilliant executing this dream. I cannot believe that the only time we get to see Helaena on Dreamfire, because guys, when I saw Helaena on Dragonback, when I tell you my jaw dropped, my jaw effing dropped. Because what do you mean my girl is on Dragonback? She looks fit as fuck, by the way. It's like her dragon riding outfit is tea, looking fly from head to toe. And then when we see Dreamfire, I was just like, what? I thought it was real. I didn't realize she was dreaming, because the way that they did the dream sequence is they kind of split it up. It wasn't back to back to back. And I think that was really good, because at some point you're thinking, is it a dream? And then at other points you're like, no, it's not a dream. So it's all like, what's a dream, what's not? Can we talk about Dreamfire herself? Because in the book, she's this majestic, bluey, purpley, but more bluey, kind of like light blue. She's beautiful. We get a glimpse of her in season 1 when Daemon goes to speak to her. Was it Daemon? Actually, I'm not sure. All you House of the Dragon nerds, comment and correct me. I don't know, who was it? The design of this Dreamfire was a bit disappointing. I feel like they've designed Dreamfire to look a lot like Tessarion, and I feel like Tessarion is bad enough. She stands in her own lane, whereas Dreamfire, I wanted to see the Dreamfire from the books, but either way, we got to see Helaena on that. And guys, oh my god, when she said Dracarys, I'll be real, it was giving Daenerys vibes. Because you see when Dany says Dracarys, there's so much I was getting that from Helaena. Like, you can tell that's Daenerys' ancestor. You can tell that. Thea, you are up there when it comes to Valyrian speakers of this cast. Just gotta give you that one. We see Helaena on Dreamfire, and I think it's telling that the dream she was having was the storming of the Dragon Keep. That's my personal opinion, but what do you guys think? I think she was envisioning the storming of the Dragon Keep, which we know, it's going to be one of the most upsetting, if we actually have to witness that. If they put that in the show, it's going to be one of the most heartbreaking episodes of the whole franchise. I'd even go as far to say more heartbreaking than some episodes of Game of Thrones. If you know, you know. We also get to see in Helena's dream her and the chickens. That's all she wanted to do, was raise them chickens. And we get to see Mela, we get to see Hera as well. And we see Helaena giving birth and the baby being whisked away. And that, I don't know what that was a foretelling of. That I was really lost by. But either way, Helena's dream executed perfectly. Moving on. We then get a scene that contrasts the absolute beautifulness of Helena's dream to something sick and disgusting. And I have to be very honest, I really, really want to understand why the team felt the need to have to show us. Like, we already know you guys do incest. We already know Targaryens are about that inbred life. Like, they set that inbred place. We already know that you've got brothers marrying sisters, marrying uncles, marrying aunties. Why do we need to witness all this motherfucking? We witnessed Daemon fuck his mum, and now we have to witness Aemond fucking his mum. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel so uncomfortable. Like, my skin was absolutely crawling. Because if you remember from 2 episodes ago when Aemond kissed Alicent, that was already uncomfortable and awkward enough. So now for the team at House of the Dragon to force that disgusting sex scene between Alicent and Aemond, I'm not gonna... Ugh! It's disgusting! It's disgusting. Why do we need to see it? You're really making us feel uncomfortable, guys. I just personally think it could have been cut out, guys. I don't know about you, but it really made me feel uncomfortable. Like, a kiss is one thing, but the whole sex and... why am I seeing Alicent on top of Aemond? It's not right. Now, fair play to them. It technically was Alice Rivers, and she had just magically voodooed that shit up and made herself look like his mum, which means she's very aware of Aemond and his mummy issues. But I still feel like, guys, we did not need to see that. You already traumatized us with the kiss. You've already traumatized us with seeing Daemon fuck out his mama. And now we got to see Alicent and... No. That was too far. I personally did not like that. Moving on. After the vision, Aemond wakes up, freaks out, and then Alicent actually is at Harrenhal. If you remember, or if you haven't caught up, Rhaenyra has sent Alicent to kill Aemond. So Alicent's at Harrenhal, Aemond's at Harrenhal, Alice is at Harrenhal, and Aemond is in this prime of himself. He's feeling very Aegon the Conqueror-ish. This is the vibe I was getting. He sat down at that table. He's got Alice on one hand, Alicent on the other hand. He's trying to hold both of their hands. And for me, I was like, nah, he's trying to sister wife up this thing. He's trying to sister wife it up. He's trying to, in his sick world, live in a world where he's running his own throne. And then he's going to have his mother as one of his wives. He's going to have his mother as one of his wives. And then Alice, see, Alice is too similar. I don't like it. But you could just see, even in that scene where Alice is obviously threatened by Alicent's being there, she knows that Alicent's not there for a reason. She warns Aemond. Before she warns Aemond, you see, she says to Aemond, Aemond, we need more wood, because she's trying to break out and distance Aemond and his mother. He throws that plate down so frustrating. It was like a little kid at a table. Like, you know, when the little kid's on their high chair and they just dash their food everywhere. That's what it was given. But also, it reinforces how afraid Alicent really is of her own son. How did we get here, Alicent? Aemond kills Sir Adrian as well, if you missed that bit. Poor Sir Adrian, rest in peace, dog. Just trying to do a good thing for Team Black. Fast forward from Harrenhal, we see Baela and Adam have this cute... Do I ship Baela and Adam? The thing is, yeah, I feel like Baela is more serious like Alan, and that's why I actually think her and Alan suit more. Even though Baela and Adam have like a flirty, playful nature, I think Baela in herself and what she wants, I think she wants more of a serious partner, someone who's a bit headstrong. And that's not to say Adam's not. I mean, hello, he's a bloody dragon rider, for God's sakes. But Adam's got that playful side to him that I don't think Baela has. Rhaena more likely, but Baela, no. I feel like she's more like Daemon in that way. She's very like no jokey, no taking the piss. Adam kind of shoots his shot with Baela, and she basically shuts him down without realizing she shuts him down by saying, oh, you've spoken to my brother, basically confirming that there's a little thing going on between Alan and Baela. Don't worry, Adam, okay? We're gonna find you a nice boo. We're gonna find you a nice boo thing, okay? I love that scene. I love any scene with Baela. I love any scene with Team Velaryon, to be honest. I'm secretly Team Velaryon out of all of it. Fuck the Targaryens, even though Baela is a Targaryen, isn't he? Okay, I take that back. Fast forward from that scene, Rhaenyra's at a council meeting, and oh my god, if she doesn't behead some of her council members at this point and really put some power down, because why is the Master of Coin always bitching? The Master of Coin gives Randall from Recess vibes. He's always bitching, he's always sniggering. Between him and the House Frey lady, They have no respect for Rhaenyra. And I feel like one of the things that's really becoming frustrating now at this point, you know, 7 episodes in, is Rhaenyra is content with people disrespecting her. Like, she gets emotional about it, she says her threats, but she has not done any action. Like, after the performance of her beheading Otto Hightower and pretty much doing it and flopping it, she needs to show fear, and she's not showing fear. And for a woman that is 6 dragons up, I need you to be more scary, sis. I need Rhaenyra the Cruel. I feel like the TV show is doing Rhaenyra a disservice, because Rhaenyra is that bitch. Like, in the books, and I haven't read all of the books, I've read some of the books, but in the books, from what I study from Game of Thrones lore, she's Rhaenyra the Cruel for a reason. And she's lost 2 sons now, and we're still not seeing that cruelty from her. And this is what I want to see. I wanted to see out of this season more cruelty from Rhaenyra, and I feel like the sad part is that we're just not getting it. And it's just really, yeah, I need her to like at least like feed one of the small council members to the dragon, because she needs to show fear and intimidation. None of her staff around her respect her. Daemon doesn't really respect her. Like, nobody is respecting our queen. What's going on here? Small council meetings going, Baela and Adam come in, they say that sheep stealer's been spotted. Now, one thing about Rhaenyra, as much as I do say nobody's respecting, she needs to be tougher, she will definitely stand on business and go on site though. She will head out on a drilling. Now, fast forward where Daemon is. Daemon is on a quest, but we know that this quest is in the Vale. He's gone to visit Lady Arryn, which, by the way, she's part of the Women Like Women group. Welcome, bitch. We love a bitch who loves women, trust me. But that was a confirmation. You know, my girl was all sitting on her lap stroking. They looked like they was doing some Taco Tuesday, if you see what I mean. Anyway, I digress. Daemon's furious at Lady Arryn, telling her and questioning her as to why she hasn't locked up Rhaena, and just really what's going on with Rhaena. Why is she not containing Rhaena in the Vale? Now, whilst this is happening, he's obviously gone to find Rhaena. Whilst this is happening, Lady Arryn's basically taken the side of, absolutely not, I'm just going to tell Rhaenyra, your daughter's hard of hearing, and if she can't hear, she must feel. That's basically what I'm getting from Lady Arryn. She's just fed up at this point. Her life's at risk. She's betraying Rhaenyra. It's all getting messy. Now, one thing I got to give Daemon, for the first time in the whole series, he is showing that he actually wants to try and be a better dad. And we see that Caraxes finds Sheepstealer, gets Sheepstealer and flings him down. Like, Sheepstealer really is a son at this point. Caraxes is making all these bitches his sons, because he just grabbed Sheepstealer, threw Sheepstealer, get Sheepstealer and Rhaena. And then, of course, there's this battle between Sheepstealer and Caraxes, this standoff. Rhaena's trying to defuse Sheepstealer. Daemon's trying to defuse Caraxes. And you can just see how passionate these dragons are about their riders, how protective they are of their riders. And it's so beautiful to see, even though it's so not deserved. Because one thing that this episode did really make me feel is that none of these Targaryens deserve their dragons. None of these Targaryens really care. Do you know what? And don't come for me, House of Dragon community, okay? Because this is just what I think, but I'm curious if you agree with me. Why do I see Aegon being more loving and affectionate with Sunfyre than I've seen even with Rhaenyra and Syrax? Aegon was so concerned when he saw Sunfyre laying there dead. He was so upset, he was so impacted. And yet, when others dragons have been attacked and stuff, I wasn't getting that. What do you think? Because I think Aegon is one of the most considerate, even though he's the reason that Sunfire's fucked up. You can tell he really loves his dragon. I don't see, like Aemond, I don't see that with him and Vhagar. I just see Vhagar as a weapon, as a tool. I don't see that loving nature that he has with his dragons. And I only really see that with Aegon. And the reason why I say that is because as things fast forward in this standoff between Sheepstealer and Caraxes, in comes Syrax Seasmoke with Adam and Rhaenyra. This whole scene, 10 out of 10. Bring the Emmys, bring the Oscars, bring the BAFTAs, please. That scene alone, 10 out of 10, but so heartbreaking. So once Rhaenyra and Adam come, she sends Adam to go chase Rhaena. Daemon rushes Rhaena off and tells her to run. But before that, another important thing that I missed was that he even admits to Rhaena that he didn't have a dragon for a long time. It took him years to bond with Caraxes. He was also isolated. We got to see Daemon be a bit emotional and actually open up and admit that he's trying to be a better father to her. And that was such a touching moment. So to see it be interrupted by basically this hellfire, this anger, this animosity. When Rhaenyra demands to Daemon, who is that? What pact do you have with Sheepstealer's rider? She says clearly, you know, don't lie to me. You do not have another chance to lie to me. And Daemon's caught red-handed. And one of the things I loved was how she spoke to Syrax in Valyrian. Like, one thing I love is when Rhaenyra talks Valyrian to Syrax and she said, steady, but push upon her. You know that scene where he's like, hold 2 steps back, but push upon her, though, from A Haunted House? I'll insert it.
Elvis back 2 inches, homie, but stay upon her, though.
But yeah, when she was like, Syrax, stand by, be on your P's and Q's. I loved that bit. But anyway, Daemon's been caught out. Adam catches Rhaena and it just kicks the fuck off. You see Caraxi screaming at Sheepstealer, who's screaming at Sea Smoke, who's screaming at Sheepstealer, who's screaming at Syrax, and it's all kicking off, and then it ends up getting violent. And now one of the things I absolutely hate about this whole show is the dragons fighting. Like, as soon as I saw that, it really upset me, and I don't like seeing these dragons fight. I really do not like seeing these majestic creatures fight one another over stupidness as well. Like, Syrax attacks Sheepstealer because Rhaenyra's pissed. She's trying to take Rhaena, and as she's trying to take Rhaena, Sheepstealer's not having it. He's bonded to her. This is his rider now. But also, Sheepstealer is a wild dragon. He's not used to domestic. He's not used to having a master. They eventually jump him, and this is why I feel so bad for him, because he really is the victim. Sheepstealer is the victim in all of this. He was just minding his business, eating his sheep, living free, and then Rhaena just comes in and ruins his whole life. Like, now there's that up and downness of whether he's even alive or not, because after the fight, even though we see Sheepstealer walk away, he could have walked away and died. He could walk away and still be alive. But that 3-on-1 jumping was terrible. Like, seeing Syrax fight. One thing about Syrax is I think you can see she's not been exposed to battle, because she really did struggle. Sea Smoke was like, absolutely not. Caraxes had to come in and school it and kind of dead it. But there were a few things I was confused about, and one of them was I didn't know why they wanted to hurt Sheepstealer. Why harm another dragon that's in your camp? I understand that Rhaenyra is blinded by anger and guilt and just rage, but if you're thinking logically, babe, you're at war and you've just acquired another dragon. Why are we killing Sheepstealer? Why did Daemon command Caraxes to kill Sheepstealer? I don't see why they would remove... I mean, I guess you could argue wild, but they can train Rhaena. They can train Rhaena. Because even, this is the thing, I thought Rhaenyra was going to end Rhaena's life. She didn't. She actually saved Rhaena from the dragon battle. And just seeing all of these dragons fighting breaks my heart. But you can see as well, with Rhaenyra even saving Rhaena, that there's still that care for her, you know? She's not as mad, and there's still that love that she has, it being Rhaena. So I think she is just more upset and betrayed, which is an awful feeling. So I can empathize with her. One thing I didn't like, though, was her lack of bringing it back to what I'm saying about how much these Targaryens don't deserve their dragons. She didn't even go to check on Syrax. Syrax could have died there and then. She was clearly injured, and Rhaenyra didn't even go to try and check on Syrax or make sure she's okay. It was just, Syrax, let's leave. We're flying, even though my girl's injured, and I didn't like that. This is why I'm saying I've seen Aegon be more considerate of his dragon than Rhaenyra, and that's surprising to me, because we all know Aegon is... Well, this is my next point, but I'll get to that in a minute. Finally, with the 3-on-1 battle as well, what I didn't understand is why Rhaena left Sheepstealer. Like, girl, you've been wanting a dragon all your life, caused all of this mess to have your dragon. You refused to leave your dragon before, and now all of a sudden, when your dragon needs you the most, you've left him? I'm sorry, but none of the Targaryens deserve these dragons. I gotta be honest. I really don't. Because it just shows they don't have that level of care. Now, I'm not saying all of the Targaryens. Aegon definitely has a lot of love and compassion for his dragon. And Daemon. The bond between Daemon and Caraxes, even when Sheepstealer knocked Daemon off the saddle, Caraxes didn't even care about killing him. He just went to check on his boy, his rider, his soulmate at this point. And I love that. So... yeah, Daemon definitely cares for Caraxes a lot, like how Aegon cares for Sunfyre. But Rhaenyra shocked me. No shade, but I'm just like, nah. And Rhaena, you left Sheepstealer when he needed you the most. Maybe it's Targaryen women that don't deserve the dragons. So, we just had that epic scene, the epic dragon battle. My question to you is, do you think Sheepstealer's alive? And my other question to you is, do you think we're going to see him in any more of the seasons? I don't think so. I think that's the end of Sheepstealer in House of the Dragon. Whether he's alive or dead, I don't think we're going to see him again. Fast forward now to the most epic scene in the whole episode. The most epic scene. Yeah, I'm jumping out little bits, but we need to talk this scene because it was so epic. So as we know, Aegon is with Larys and with Tywin Lannister. They are trapped and they are on their way to a ship to escape and go into exile. On this way, as the boys are walking and talking on the horses, you can see how broken Aegon is, and they get stopped by some small folk who tell them that an army is marching this way. Enter the army marching south for Rhaenyra. So at this point, there's this discussion between Tywin, Larys, and Aegon. Aegon's basically determining whether to flee. Larys is saying flee. Tywin's saying don't flee. And Aegon's just very much like, I'm fleeing, I don't care. But then something changes. When he sees that the army's coming, something changes in him. And he finds his voice. We've seen Aegon be broken this whole season. We've seen him kiss a dirty boot, for God's sakes. I mean, he was a king and now he's kissing people's feet, literally. We all know Aegon is broken, but something changes in that moment and he decides he is not fleeing. He is not going to flee. He is not going to flee. He is not going to flee. What made him change his mind? And this is the question. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let's discuss this. So whilst that's happening, there's a cutaway scene and we see Rhaenyra in the castle. She's visibly distressed. She's at least clean and there's something going on with that hair. It needs a grease. It needs a brush. It needs so much styling, bless her. But at least she's clean. And there's Baela standing at the door. And I'm expecting Baela to shout and scream and be level-headed. But no. All she did is hold her sister and said, you will start anew. And I was like, that's sisterhood. I could have cried. So after that, it's cut away from Aegon. It's gone to there. And then another bonus scene was Ormond and Daeron back at the Tumbleton Fortress. And Daeron is bitching to Gwaine about Ormond because he's got this plan. He's not sharing it. And my thing is, Daeron, you have a dragon, just blast his ass. Burn him up. Why are you so fearful? He's trying to make you king and you're fearful of him. And you have a dragon. It's time for you to grow up, Daeron. It's time for you to grow up. I do feel sorry for Daeron though. I do. But I don't want to talk about them. Back to Aegon. The army finally comes. Larys flees because Larys is Larys. Larys is only ever going to help Larys. You do not want someone like Larys around. Trust me. Larys flees. And it's Tywin. Now, I got to give it to Tywin Lannister because he is an honourable man. He stood on his oath and he swore to protect his king and he stood on that. So now we've got Aegon and Tywin just stood there waiting for this army to come. Boom, boom, boom. The army comes. They look at each other. You can see the fear on Aegon's face. He's like, right, shit, I'm not ready to die. I'm not ready to die. And then Tywin turns around and says, are you really going to flee? Are you really going to flee? Are you really going to do it? When we're already at the end. Plus, the likelihood is they will catch you like that. You're on foot. And so Aegon turns around and he stands strong and he does this speech that we just have not seen that side of Aegon. We have not seen that courage, that confidence, that arrogance in him. We've not seen that. In season 2, I would say, actually, because I feel like he was quite arrogant when he was king. So I'm going to say season 2. And he pretty much says, look, I'm here. I'm Aegon. What's up? What you gonna do? Because if you touch me, you gonna be forsaken. He says he's Viserys' true heir. You tripping. You are not Viserys' true heir. You were not named his heir. But my man didn't care. He got this new smell. He's got this new car smell. And then we hear rustling and rustling. Just when you think Aegon is done for, you just hear rustle, rustle, rustle. Boom, boom, boom. Ah! No, guys, it's so brilliant. And then he turns around and you could just see in his face the disbelief, but then straight away acknowledging it because he knew that Sunfyre was alive. He knew it, that his dragon wasn't dead. And he turns around and you could just see the shock. And he goes, I think it was just like a realization of everything, of him getting his power back, him finding his voice and his confidence, him standing where he feels he is right in his kingdom. And then his dragon's right there beside him at the moment he's literally facing his death or capture, because I assume they'd probably capture him, not kill him straight away. And then he just says, Sunfyre, Dracarys. And you just see Sunfyre emerge, all mangled up on the left side. What a beauty. This is what I'm saying when I say these Targaryens do not deserve these dragons though. Because these dragons are beautiful. Have you seen poor Sunfire's face? Poor Sunfire's face. Mangled. But I thought it was cute how he's mangled here and then Aegon's mangled there. It's like they really are two peas in a pod. It's like Sunfyre was weak because Aegon was weak, and then as soon as Aegon started finding his voice and his strength, Sunfyre arose again and found his strength. And that's how you know they are truly bonded. That scene, I'm sorry, but how can you not like Aegon after that? Aegon is like one of the best villains. And Tom Glencarney, what a man you are, because you delivered that excellently. Like, I could feel it. Like, I felt like I was there. My heart was racing, and that was an incredible performance from him. So big up your nunny, Tom. Like, seriously. It kind of makes you think Aegon is giving king vibes, like he could be king. I mean, I'm team black because it's about what's right, but how can I not consider team green now after that? Because it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, because after that major scene, I forgot to say that Alicent poisons Aemond, but I'll do that on another video if you want that. Alicent poisons Aemond. We have that fantastic scene from Aegon, and then the episode ends with Ulf and Ormond sitting down, and Ormond is clearly wooing Ulf, promising him this, showing him, trying to make him feel bad about the disrespect that he's faced. And then it looks like Ulf is now team green. It looks like the betrayal has officially happened. And the way it's happened so quickly is just like, but on the flip side, Rhaenyra has been neglecting them. And if you're gonna neglect your dragon riders, you can't expect betrayal. Now, fair play to her, it's not her fault. She's coming with a kingdom where the money was taken and she's been brought into a shit mess. But the fact that she hasn't prioritized her dragon riders is coming back to bite her in the ass now, because Ulf's not satisfied. And Daemon, again, Daemon is great. He's loyal. He loves Rhaenyra, but he does know how to fucking make things worse, doesn't he? I think Daemon was the final straw for Ulf, and now it's looking like Rhaenyra's down one of the most powerful dragons, because Silverwing is one of the most oldest, and I'd say one of the most powerful dragons. And it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Next episode, episode 8, is the final episode. There is so much that I think is going to happen. I don't know what they will do and how they're going to do it, but obviously it being the Battle of Tumbleton, I have a feeling someone on Team Black's going to die. Do you want me to tell you who I think it is going to die? Let me know in the comments. But I'm not looking forward to episode 8. But I am, and I'm not at the same time, because I'm also really fucking sad that this show is ending again. Can we please, we need more episodes, and we don't want to wait 3 or 4 or 5 fucking years for it, honestly. 8 episodes for a season is so not enough. It's so not enough. Like, they could have given us at least 10. I feel like it could have been stretched out to 10 episodes. I really do. But I'm going to leave it there, because I could talk to you about this show for hours. That's my recap of episode 7 of House of the Dragon season 3. What did you think? Let me know your thoughts, feelings. Did you cry? Because I swear to God, when those dragons were fighting, I was crying. I swear to God, the tears were there. I can't believe they're getting me to like Aegon more and more. And I already have a crush on Aegon. Not deformed. I mean, even deformed Aegon's not too bad looking. But anyway, guys, let's debrief, discuss in the comments. What do you think? And thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe. This is a new channel. I'm building a new community, so I really appreciate your support. I will see you on my next one. Oh, 4 more days and it's the final episode. I just can't.